You're like, hey, just Paul. What are we doing, man? We've seen this before. No, you haven't. It's the same, but different. In a different kind of way. I've already spiced the beef. You already know. It's a little black licorice in there. Just kidding. So we got salt, pepper, and some herbs. I'm keeping this chunk because this is my dinner tonight. But this is my chuck roast. And I want them nice and chunky. So when you get one in your bowl, you get one. Oh, heck yeah. And then I want, yeah, I got it on sale. You know me. Just like sugar, sugar kisses. Heck yeah. I smell the rosemary and the thyme in there. And I think it's right along this edge. You know. Some chunks are going to be a little more done than others. But I'm going to do something that Americans should still be doing, but they're not. Wasting energy. Well, they are wasting energy, but they should not be wasting energy. They leave their stove on. They get this thing to a great boil. And then they just keep simmering, simmering, simmering. So we're going to get this up to a rolling boil. And then I'm going to save money by turning the stove off and keeping this warm. Alright, this is my steaks for tonight. One for me, one for the missus. They're not perfect, uniform sizes. Alright, so I got my little bitesy bites. Yup. I got radishes and turnips. We got old world vegetables, folks. See where the wrinkle is? That's pretty much where you cut it. And if you want them even, you cut them a little about halfway across. Alright. I'm putting them in there. Alright, because these are the thinner. This is going to be quick. Oh, I love these. Heck yeah. There's your radish, carrot taste, old world. That's where I'm going. My bread's not in yet. Jargon. Otherwise there'd be a loaf of bread with this. The old world bread that I want to show you. My flour, sorry. Alright, they're in there. Couple of shrooms. And it's all thick because it's a long cook. But we're doing it something that the Europeans did, and I forget what they're called. If I can remember, I'll mention it. Tudor. The Tudor years. Tudor style cooking. So, you get this going. Oh, sorry about that. You get this going. And then you put it in a box of hay. Hay. You close the top, you close the lid, you cover it over, and you just let it simmer. So, you're only using a log or two of wood to get it going. The rest of it, it slowly comes down to a certain temperature, and it just cooks all day. So you're in the field, you come back 12 hours later, this should be done. I need an onion. Where's my onion? Oh, onion! So I'm going to get the onion done. I'm going to put a little bit of broth in there. You know, like you were making a roast. Come on, peel. Good boy. Or girl, if you're an onion. I don't know. And I'm not making the chunks too small. I'm doing it on purpose. It's a long cook. Alright, so what do I got? What do I got? I got. Because I don't cry when my dog runs away. I don't get angry at the bills I have to pay. I have nothing. Oh. So is water. In a curry sauce. No. Is that all I got? Do I have some bouillon? I think I got that beef. No, I do. What's in here? Yeah. Is this that? Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm just gonna add it. That's what makes your bouillon. I'm gonna fill this. I'll wash this spoon. Alright, so get that in there. Alright, so all I gotta do is watch it a while. Yeah, are you kidding me? You get that in a bowl, you're a happy dude. Or woman. Or a dudette. So I'm pushing it down. We got spices mixed around. Turn this up. I'm gonna check it in an hour. I'm just gonna let it ride. And then I'll put the thermometer in there and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Alright, we hit a rolling boil. About 40 minutes in. We're about 212 degrees, 213. I'm turning this off. I'm gonna add my garlic. 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna give it a stir. I'm gonna put the top on. And now I'm gonna tuck it in the hay bin. Alright, here's my makeshift hay bin. Let me find that other one. Let's see if I can get this bad boy in there. We're gonna roll it up. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna keep her warm. And there's my makeshift hay bale. Igloo cooler. Right, it is 6 o'clock now. PM. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. And we'll see if this actually works. Otherwise, my makeshift hay bale, hay store, is faulty. I'll set my alarm and I'll see you then. I've turned my stove off. I've cooked it for about 35 minutes to get it to the rolling boil. Now this is supposed to cool down slow. Yo, we'll see if it works. Alright, good morning everybody. It is 6 a.m. Yeah, I just woke up. I want to see if this is still warm. It was 6 o'clock last night. Oh man, it is. Oh man. Whoa, I still need a towel. Here, let's just do this. Wow. Let me go get. Wow. Let me see if this is done. Oh man. Shut the door. Yeah, I had to move you. But look at this. Look at this. That's perfect. And it's still warm. It's probably going down a little bit. Yep. Alright. It's 6 a.m. I'm gonna go take a shower. Maybe a shave. And I'm having stew for breakfast. Hope y'all enjoyed that. 30 minutes of cooking. Instead of the long process of keep the electrical on. Oh, can you hear me? I think I had my finger over the voice box. Like I said, 30 minutes of cooking. Stick it in a hay box. Old world style. That's awesome. I probably let go too long because it was 6 hours 6 o'clock last night, 6 o'clock this morning. But normally it'd only be about 12 hours or so from the guy being in the field. Alright, so I took my shower. I didn't shave. Well, I neatened up anyway. Rest of the footage, my thumb was over the volume thing. But, so, running my stovetop. Can you see me? Running my stovetop for 35 minutes. Get it to that boil. 220 to 240. I tucked it in a box. I think they do this in South Africa too to save energy. But I would do it in the morning. One person take a shower. One cuts vegetables and meat. They go take a shower. The other person starts the stove. Get it to that boil. And before you get ready to go work in the fields, you tuck it in a box with some hay, straw, some towels, or a cooler if you have one. You go work for 10 hours. You come home. You got food. During the daytime, you bring that old world bread with you that's full of carbs. Keeps you going. Or a bowl of like a lentil stew in the afternoon. You good to go all day. Then you get to come home to still a nice hot meal. I'm Paul, doing what I do. I hope that makes you drool. Man, this is so good. I'm stuffed. That's a heavy meal for breakfast, man. All I had was a cup of it. I'm out. Please like, subscribe, thumbs up. You know the deal. Love y'all. I'm out. And I got a ton of it left. Heck yeah. Boom. I saved so much money. Otherwise, this would have been on low. My stove would have been on like just a warming all night long. It would have been ready. Or I would have done it all day and would have had to tend to it. This way you just bring it to that boil, shove it in a box. Forget about it. Forget about it. Come back later, you good. 10, 12 hours. I'm out. So, and use a cast iron. Or, I forget what they call that crockery. But yeah, because the cast iron holds heat and it just slowly comes down.